Alright, welcome back to Camp Galilee's counselor training videos. You're on video 3 where we'll focus on types of child abuse and what your responsibilities as a counselor are. There are 4 main types of child abuse that we're going to focus on in this lesson. Those types are physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. Physical abuse is the non-accidental infliction of pain onto a child. Parents that hit, burn, bite, punch, kick, shoot, cut, or harm their children in any way with the intention of causing pain are physically abusing their children. Emotional abuse is our second form of abuse. Emotional abuse is when a parent or adult uses their language or lack of communication to emotionally hurt a child. Guardians who frequently yell at, call their children names, withhold affection from, or ignore their children for excessive periods of time could be committing emotional abuse. Next, let's take a look at sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is the exploitation of children sexually. Any adult who touches a child in an inappropriate manner, supplies pornographic content to, discusses sexually explicit acts with, or performs sexual acts with a child has performed sexual abuse. Our last form of abuse that we're going to look at is neglect. Neglect is the withholding of a child's basic needs. Neglect is the most common form of abuse, but is also the hardest to detect. A parent who ignores their child or refuses to supply them with basic food, clothing, medical, hygiene, or mental needs is committing neglect. So if you suspect that a child is being abused in some way while you're at camp, you should immediately report it to the site director. The site director will help you fill out the proper paperwork and make an abuse hotline call for that child. It is your responsibility to report abuse as soon as you suspect it. It is also your responsibility to follow through with the site director later and to follow through with the hotline to kind of make sure that something was done for that child and that they're not just ignored. Alright, thank you so much for your time in watching this video, for your heart and willingness in serving at Camp Galilee this summer, and let's close in prayer. God, I thank you so much for the person taking this test. I pray that you will fill them with the information that they've learned, that they would retain the knowledge that they will need, help them to be prepared to protect children, to be their heroes, to save them from things that might be terrible. While we hope that nothing bad will happen at Camp Galilee and nothing bad will present itself at Camp Galilee, we do pray that you will use us as your servants in protecting and guiding students. In Jesus' name, amen.